What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon White. In the last episode, we made our way through the remainder of Route 9, as well as Shopping Mall 9, which is kind of the fixture of this route. Grabbed all the items that we could, did a bunch more battles and whatnot, continued to level up our Pokemon. In this episode, I was about to go through the gate to Opelucid City, but I noticed another rustling patch of grass, decided to battle it with Arthur, and now Arthur is wanting to learn a new move, Giga Drain. Now, Giga Drain is not playing into Arthur's strengths. He is not a special attacker, he is a physical attacker. However, it is still a clearly better move to have than something like Facade, and the fact that I can get healing out of it is going to be really nice, not to mention it still has that same type attack bonus, so I'm going to be teaching it to Arthur for the time being. I want to stress that, for the time being. There is a move I intend to replace it with not too long from now, but it is something that I am going to keep on Arthur, at least for now. But we're going to be heading on in through the gate and seeing where this leads, which I've already told you, it's Opelucid City. So let's go on through and welcome everybody to the final, or at least the location of the final gym in the game. Hello, Levi, this way. Oh, great. Look who's up to things again. What a liar. Desperately trying to con everyone with his speech. That's correct. Our Lord N has combined his power with the legendary Dragon-type Pokemon and intends to create a new world. We herald the return of the hero of Unova, founder of this region. Hero? Dragon? Legend! Pokemon are different from people. They are living beings who contain unknown potential. They are living beings from whom we humans have much to learn. They are beings whose greatness we should acknowledge. Beings who should be freed from our oppression. Freed Pokemon? We, Team Plasma, invite you to join us. We all want to create a new world where people and Pokemon are both free. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you now, please release your Pokemon. And so I end my plea to you today. Thank you one and all for your attention. Get the hell out of here, you scumbag. Oh, Getsus, you suck. Is it true? Have we been making Pokemon suffer? Maybe we should release our Pokemon like Team Plasma says. No way! Without Pokemon, I'll be lonely and sad. Now all that's left is us and Iris, and who's this other person? What was that about? That speech was off the charts strange. Cooperation of people and Pokemon is how Unova came to exist to begin with. If Pokemon really didn't want anything to do with humans, it would simply leave. Capturing a Pokemon in a Pokeball doesn't mean you captured its heart. Let's go, Levi. Hello! It's been a while, Iris and Drayden. Oh, Mr. Alder, and the guy who helped out that time. What's wrong? What does the wandering champion who left the Pokemon League need from us? Briefly, my request is this. Tell us about the legendary Dragon-type Pokemon. Are you talking about Reshiram or Zekrom? What's the sudden interest? Moments ago, a troublemaker known as Getsus was here. He said a trainer named N has reawakened Reshiram. Yes! That trainer called N apparently told Levi here to search for the other Dragon-type Pokemon. Let me check that I have this straight. This N, or what have you, presumes to set the two Dragon-type Pokemon against each other in battle to test his convictions? Oh no! Dragon-type Pokemon get along so well! That's right, Iris. The ones who make Pokemon battle are the trainers, and it's so the trainers and the Pokemon can get to know each other better. I'm going to the Pokemon League. No, I guess in this case I should say I'm returning to the Pokemon League. Of course I'll defeat N. I'll teach him about the beauty of this world, where Pokemon and trainers live together in harmony. Also, Levi, I'll await your arrival. Once you've attained the Opelucid badge, come to the League. The Opelucid City gym leader is tough. Take care. Farewell. I'm counting on you, Drayden and Iris. Aw, he's gone. Is he okay? He looked kind of scary. Don't worry, Iris. He is the strongest trainer in all of Unova. Well, Levi, is it? Come to my home. As Alder asked, I'll tell you everything I can about the legendary Dragon-type Pokemon. Iris, child, please show the way. You bet. If it's Opelucid City, I can take you anywhere. As for the story of Reshiram and Zekrom, we'll tell you all we know about it. This way. All right, Iris. Well, we appreciate it. And that way. All right, well, I will go up there in a second. I want to point out really quickly, we have another flute player here that we can listen to add to Opelucid's theme. I believe that's a flute, or is that actually a violin? Now that more I'm looking at, I'm wondering if that's her hand moving that over something and not her mouth. I honestly can't tell. It actually sounds like a violin in the song, but let's keep going just a little farther. All right. This is it. Let's head on in, see what's going on. I'll explain. What you are holding is the Darkstone. Zekrom, who will likely awaken from the Darkstone, and Reshiram, who is already awake, were once the same Pokemon. That single dragon Pokemon, along with twin heroes, brought a new region into being, and people and Pokemon had happy lives. One day, however, the twin heroes, the older brother who sought the truth, and the younger brother who sought ideals, began to argue about how to decide which one of them was right. That single dragon-type Pokemon that had been with them all that time split its body into two, one sided with the older brother and the other with the younger brother. In its pursuit of truth, the white dragon-type Pokemon sought to usher in a new and better world. Its name was Reshiram, and the other, the black dragon-type Pokemon, sought ideals and to usher in a new world, a world of hope. Its name was Zekrom. Because the two of them were once the same entity, their battle raged endlessly, and neither one could be declared the winner. They simply exhausted themselves. The twin heroes proclaimed that there was no one side that was right and ceased the conflict. But the two heroes' sons started the battle again, and an instant later, Reshiram and Zekrom destroyed Unova with fire and lightning. Then they disappeared. But if people work with Pokemon in the right way, we don't have to worry anymore about the world being destroyed. I mean, Reshiram and Zekrom worked hard for everyone and made a new region. So it should be all right, I think. True, Pokemon cannot speak. People may hurt Pokemon even more by imposing their selfish thoughts on them. But no matter what, Pokemon and people believe in each other, need each other, and will continue to live with each other. Yeah! So I'm never going to forgive Team Plasma for trying to separate Pokemon and us. Sorry, we got a little off topic at the end. That is everything we know. Unfortunately, we don't know how to wake up the legendary Pokemon. I made a promise to Alder. You must win the gym badge from the Opelucid Pokemon Gym. Iris, you go and be Levi's opponent at the Pokemon Gym. Yay, look out, I'm really, really strong, just like Drayden. So indeed, Iris, as was hinted all the way back in Castelia City, after giving us that very strange berry that seemed to reduce damage against Ice-type attacks, wonder what Dragon-type's weakness is in fact the gym leader here. Now, that being said, this is the only time where we have a version-exclusive gym leader. Iris is the leader of Pokemon White's Opelucid City, and Drayden is the leader of Pokemon Black's Opelucid City. You will also get differences in the looks of these cities depending on which version. Pokemon White has a very old, almost ancient feel to it with the buildings and the tile work and whatnot. It's got this almost medieval quality to it, while Pokemon Black's Opelucid is incredibly futuristic and unlike any other city you've seen up to this point, even more so than Castelia or possibly even Nimbasa City. But there are a couple of things here that we're going to be taking a look at. Me kind of going all around the city because I want to be grabbing multiple things. I'm also going to hit up the Pokemon Center, though, before I go any further, just because my Pokemon are in desperate need of healing. And now that that's done, really quickly, I want to show you this guy really fast. Sometimes I think this. There could be another world where a person who looks just like me lives in a completely different way. Huh, that seems very strange. What does that have to do with anything? Slow passage of time in Opelucid City, it fits an old woman like me perfectly. Well, hold on a moment. Someone just like you who lives in a completely different way? That seems oddly esoteric and very specific to me. I'm going to head up here. We're going to be checking out a couple of buildings as we go. First one is this one. Your superior. Looks like it could try a little harder. So this lady right here, she gives you ribbons based on, basically if your Pokemon have maxed out EVs, she will give you something that denotes that. The more the city develops, the more futuristic it will become. I'm sure of this. I wanted to grow up quickly. We're going to talk to like everybody as we go through here. If I cherish old things, they could have reminded me of the old days until I forgot what I was like when I was a child. I would like to think I was going to go up quickly. Oh my gosh, I cannot read apparently. And now we have this guy. I want to know the future. I'm very worried. I wonder how my child time will spend the future. I'm making a machine that connects the future and the present, but electricity is desperately short. I've heard that in another world, there's another Opelucid City that looks very futuristic. There is a Pokemon from that world that knows the move Charge. The machine may work. If you're able, would you be willing to lend me a Pokemon like that? I do not have this, but yes, if you can get a Pokemon traded over from Pokemon Black to this game and give him Charge, then it will actually power up his machine. You want to know what he gives you for it? He gives you something called a cell battery. And don't get too excited now, because a cell battery is honestly a pretty pathetic held item. It raises the attack of the Pokemon holding it if they're hit by an electric type move. Extremely conditional, not all that worth it. I mean, it's just kind of there and can be added as like a little extra benefit, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, let's head on into this place. We're actually going to be doing some battles in here. This is the Triple Battle House. Let's talk to this guy. Welcome. Glad to see you at the Triple Battle House. As the name suggests, if you want to enjoy triple battles, you've come to the right spot. May I explain how triple battles work? No! Because I already know how they work. And oh my goodness, I had a hiccup there. Hopefully that doesn't persist through the rest of this episode, or I could be in huge trouble. Okay, I'm going to put Lumiette in the place of Crush. So we have Arthur, Shelob, and Lumiette for this fight. Let's talk to this guy. Thought and chose these three. The destructive force is overwhelming. I believe we have a triple battle on each floor. So we'll go through 2 of these things. We should be mostly okay. But let's begin. Simisear, Simipour, and Simisage. I think we have exactly the right orientation for this. We just need to make sure that everybody is in the right spots, which they are not. Ugh. Okay, hold on. I'm going to be using Leaf Blade instantly on Simipour. I am going to use... Oh, shoot. I guess I'm going to have to keep Shelob out for a... Let's use Signal Beam. Yeah, I can just use Signal Beam on Simisage. And then I guess I'll just use... I could use a Shift, but we'll just use Shadow Ball on Simisear. We should be fine. Hopefully Simisear doesn't actually end up hitting Shelob in time, but everyone else should go down in one shot here. So I think we'll be okay. Definitely going to get rid of Simipour in one shot, no question. There we are. And yes, I do know I need to go pick up Bathory again. I will, don't you worry. Just give me some time to use Shadow Ball here on Simisear, excuse me. And there we are. All right. Not bad. So still a one-shot just because of Lumiette's insane damage potential. All right, now let's head upstairs. And like I said, I think there's another one on this floor as well. Let's talk. Which Pokemon you use? Yes, preparation for a battle is very important for triple battles. Now let's start. So you can do these triple battles every single day, but only one time per day. So it's worth doing that to get a little bit of extra experience. And this lady is going to be throwing a lot more simple Pokemon at us, it seems. So not really anything that's going to be too difficult to deal with. My orientation here is a little bit screwy. I think I'll use Leaf Blade on LGM. I think I'll use Thunderbolt on Pawniard. And then I will use just Shadow Ball on Mienfoo. And I think all of them will go down in one hit due to the fact that they're not evolved forms. So I think we'll be okay. So a lot less experience from this fight, unfortunately. But in the later portions of the game, in the end game, all these Pokemon will be evolved. So they'll be giving you a lot more at the time. So LGM barely held on to that. So wow, that's a little bit crazy. Mienfoo definitely wasn't gonna. So down you go. All right, LGM, do all your damage that you're capable of. Let's see. Ooh, a whole Psychic. Oh, that actually might hurt a little bit. Wow. Gosh, that sucked. All right, Aerial Ace. Just everybody throw out whatever you have at this thing. Shadow Ball's overkill. Probably should have used Shadow Ball on LGM, but I just wanted to get rid of that Mienfoo. I don't know. Maybe Thunderbolt was the play. Well, no, then I used that on Pawniard, though, so I kind of had to. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. All right, let's head downstairs, and let's get the heck on out of here. Now, I think there's one more house I want to stop at, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's this one, but I'm going to head on inside anyway. Now, let's talk to everybody. Battle house where you can have triple battle is next door. Okay. Whether you're troubled by a Pokemon move attract, take this. And then we get a Destiny Knot. Ooh. When a Pokemon holding the Destiny Knot is affected by the move Attract, the opponent will also fall in love. It's a bit difficult to use, but I hope it will be useful. Now, that is not actually the best application of Destiny Knot, although it is an application of Destiny Knot. It doesn't matter if we're going to lose, as long as we have a Pokemon with us. And then this guy, you need to have 8 gym badges to challenge Pokemon League. However, even with such skills, it's hard to defeat the Elite Four who are waiting. So anyways, the Destiny Knot's best application to it is for Pokemon breeding. Now, sorry, I had to stop myself. I almost said this with confidence. I was about to say that it has something to do with Pokemon breeding, but actually that's not true because that additional effect wasn't introduced until Generation 6. I apologize. I almost jumped to conclusions on that one, and then I just looked it up, and I was like, oh, wait, yeah, this wasn't actually a thing yet in this game, so never mind. We won't worry about that for now. All right, this house, you have a lot of props. It makes you want to put them on Pokemon. If you put props on Pokemon, it makes you want to participate in a musical. Don't you agree? 63, 64, I was counting all the kinds of props for musicals. I think there are about 100 different kinds, sir. You know what? I'm a huge musical fan. Oh, you have a prop case. You must be a huge musical fan, too. Would you like a new prop? Every single day, this guy gives us a brand new prop that we can add. Not every prop that's possible in the game, but he will give us ones on rotation that we can continue to add if we're super into the musicals. Between you and me, okay? I'm really not very good as a trainer, so I think Team Plasma might have the right idea when they take Pokemon away from weak trainers. I do feel sorry for the people who are robbed, though. Don't tell this story to the guy on the opposite side. This is just between you and me, okay? I used to be a part of Team Plasma, but it's strange when everyone around you thinks the same way, isn't it? So I left Team Plasma to think for myself about what I want to do. Don't tell this story to the guy on the opposite. Okay, I love how they're trying to keep that secret from one another. Interesting. So that's pretty much everything in Opelucid that I wanted to show. I think there's also like an item around here that I may have missed. Oops, my bad. Or a couple of items, actually. Let's grab those really quickly. So there's one right here. We got ourselves another Max Repel. Woohoo, I suppose. And then I think there was one up this way that I missed, which is also pretty good. I know this episode is basically about over, but I'm going to at least give us a little bit of a head start on the gym before we go any further. So let me go grab Bathory really quickly. And now that we've got our dragon in tow, let's head off towards the Opelucid City gym. And we're just going to be getting through like maybe a couple of trainers and at least showing how this gym works once you head on inside. But let's talk to this guy. Opelucid City Gym, the Unova region's strongest and biggest trial. First off, please take this fresh water. It'll help you in the challenge ahead. Thank you very, very much. Let me give you a brief explanation of the trick to the Opelucid Gym. The path around this gym is shaped like two dragons. This path changes when you step on the switches on the dragon's arms. Pay attention to how the dragon's necks move. Now, as I have said many times before in this game, a lot of these gyms appear to be a little bit complicated in their puzzles, but all of them are essentially linear. There is almost always one singular path to take. It really doesn't get any more complicated than that, so there's not really a whole lot you gotta worry about. We're just going to kind of follow the path as we go, taking out every single dragon type along the way. My goal is to, by the end of this gym, have Bathory evolve into Haxorus, which is currently 3 levels away. And as we battle a ton of gym trainers in here, that is going to be actually pretty easy to do. I'm just hoping that he or she evolves before we get to Iris herself. So let's follow this the whole way up. And by the way, you just hold up here to make it all the way. That dead ends there, so we're going to want to go right. And then past this lady. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump off of the arrow there down onto the dragon's like wrist. And then that is going to activate the mechanics and allow us to proceed. Let's battle you really quickly. And ooh, we got Dino here. That's a little bit more interesting. Not as much experience as Fracture is going to give me. But this is a brand new Pokemon that we actually haven't been able to encounter thus yet. If you want the actual best dragon type line in the game, Dino is it. However, it has way higher evolutionary requirements than Axew's line, and so like I'm going to be honest with you right now. If you get one, there is almost no chance you will have the thing evolve before you get to the end game. So that's kind of its biggest downside, but it really is. It's the pseudo-legendary of this game, like flat out. Once you get it to, oh my gosh, can I go up? Thank you. To finally evolve, but it does take a lot of time and a lot of investment, and it can be rather difficult, so you're going to have to be really patient. And also, again, like I said, we can't even catch the thing and won't be able to until the area after Opelucid City, or a couple areas after Opelucid City for that matter. So let's battle this last trainer, and then I will call this an episode as we continue to see how this dragon works. And then in the next episode, we will be finishing off the gym here, hopefully with a Haxorus in tow. I definitely need to make Dragon Claw her primary move instead of X Scissor. I'll do that. Try to do that between episodes if I can remember. But with all of that said, guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very, very much. And I will see you all in the next one.